We're watching him fall on steps. We're watching him misinterpret questions. But we're just the American people. How about our adversaries watching it and running rumpshot over him like China? He has the nerve to attack our reporter. Fox News' Lucas Tomlinson asked President Biden about the concerns that voters have about his age and mental capacity. Watch this exchange. It's unbelievable. Watch.
Mr. President, are you too old to be running for re-election?
Stupid.
Why is Donald Trump beating you in the latest poll? Mr. President, have you spoken with your family about not running for re-election?
All right, so he's ignoring Lucas, and yet he says to him, "Are you stupid, Congressman?" That's his answer. Are you stupid?
It reminds me of a third grade argument I once witnessed.
You mentioned the president's excited to be celebrating his birthday, but I'm curious, David Axelrod told the New York Times, quote, "Biden thinks he can cheat nature here, and it's really risky." A, what's the president's response to David Axelrod? Does he respect his opinion? Does he think he's right? But also, I mean, is there a real alarm happening behind the scenes that the president is simply too old to stake around for another 4 years?
No, there's no alarm happening behind the scenes. I can only speak behind the scenes here. There's no alarm happening behind the scenes, and I'm certainly not going to comment on everybody who has something to say.
Nobody. I mean, David Axelrod
I didn't say that. Nowhere in my response to you that I said that. I said I'm just not going to comment on everyone that has a comment to say. They're going to speak for themselves. I'm going to speak for the president, and here what I'll say is, look. And also, it's just not my job. It's not my job to think.
It's not my job to think.
To think through or to tell people what to think, right? Whether it's the American people out there or a political analyst or as your question is about David Axelrod. It's just not my place to speak to that. What I can speak to is how we see this, what our perspective is. Our perspective is that it's not about age; it's about the president's experience. That's what we believe. And it's, as they say, the proof is in the pudding, right? The president has used his experience to pass more bipartisan legislation in recent time than any other president. That's just a fact. That is something that we have seen this president do, and that's because of his experience. He's been able to manage multiple foreign policy challenges. He's been able to do that. That's because of his experience. He's been able to create jobs, raise wages, and lower inflation. Right, and the proof is in the pudding, right? We see that in the data. We see that where we are today than where we were when the president walked into the administration. So what we say is we have to judge him by what he's done, not by his numbers. And one more thing I will add: this is the first president ever that's been able to go to an active war zone without our military, controlling what's happening on the ground. And so, look, I would put the president's stamina, the president's wisdom, ability to get this done on behalf of the American people against anyone on any day of the week.